we will continue to talk about HR implications. If you people just pay attention to the pattern in the last two modules, first we talked about the HR implication, that is, the consequences of HR practices or the knowledge management strategies on the HR practices. And then we see that what resources are required from the organization. So, by completing this module, we will also complete this chapter, the knowledge management and strategic human resource management. So, in this module, we will continue to talk about two more implications and two more type of resources or the impact on organizational resources. So, recruitment and selection remains at the heart of the strategy of an organization, and it is one of the best practice. If you remember that in the previous modules we have talked about HR best practices perspective and the best fit practice perspective, that suggests that the recruitment and selection is one of the best practice if you really carefully pay attention to whom you are recruiting or whom you are selecting for your organization. So, adopting a talent management and identifying the core competencies of those who are applying to for your organization, but at the same time identifying what core competencies are missing in the organization. For example, there is a pool of employees in the organization, one university, another university, one manufacturing organization, another manufacturing organization. So, if let's say a manufacturing organization or a software house or a technological organization, they see that what pool of talent or competencies they have in their organization. Definitely, one organization may not have all the competencies or all the talents required to run that organization. So, first thing, when you are thinking about the recruitment and selection, you also have to identify the competencies which are missing in the organization and the competencies which are required to grow the organization. So that should be considered when you are developing your recruitment and selection policy. So we say that plus ongoing evaluation of these, that how you can develop if you have hired somebody, how you can manage and how you can maintain. So what is the resource implication? Low to high direct and indirect cost, because when it depends on, fairly speaking, how many competencies are required, how many trainings are required, what skills need to be transferred, what knowledge need to be transferred and given. So depending on the state of internal and external labor market. So internal labor market, for example, you might have somebody in the organization you can promote, you can give the in charge, or you can give somebody the position which really requires to be filled. So it depends on organization to organization. And the last implication for the HR is the work design. Fairly speaking, there is a great theory and there is a very rich literature behind the work design. So, initiatives to maximize effectiveness of work design, allowing employees discretion to carry out their own work design, and especially core or knowledge workers. So, there is a great and big theory of organization design and the work design that suggests that people should be given the opportunity to design their work, how they want to execute their work, how they want to conduct their jobs, how they want to perform their jobs, and the flexibility and giving power and autonomy to employees in conducting their jobs. That is the HR practice, or this is the implications for the HR, that if they want to facilitate the knowledge management process in the organization, they need to create job designs in a way where employees have some kind of discretion, or something which was in the hands of the middle management that has been ceded to them or that has been given to them. So definitely there will be a cost of having job designs or jobs are designed this way. So medium to high direct and indirect costs are likely to if an organization needs to redesign the flow of work. For example, on a manufacturing organization, when something is on an automated plant and things keep on moving, where if you are giving some flexibility to organization to your employees and designing jobs in that way, it may cost to the organization, but that may facilitate the knowledge management process. And coming back to the central line of this chapter, that if an idea used only once, it's a wastage of that idea. So, in other words, if during the whole process, if you get something a good idea, as a good idea, that can take your organization from one position to another position. With all this, thank you for this chapter.